Okay, hey, what's up, everybody? Chad here again with the fascinating Lorraine Warren. Mr. Ryan Buell, we are heading into another Paranormal State presentation. What is this one about?
This one's actually more about the discussion of the show with a producer that we have, with the cast, with some of our clients, really to ask some raw questions about what they think about the show and any suggestions they might have. Really to ask us the hard questions if they want. So.
Very cool. Well, it sounds exciting. We will come back to you with some clips from the discussion, and we'll check in with you later.
Good evening and welcome to UNIVCON 7. This is our panel discussion with the entire cast and crew and everybody that once knew somebody that was a cast and crew member of Paranormal State, as seen on A&E Monday nights. Let's introduce you to the panel of distinguished speakers we have. Of course, right next to me, you recognize him from Brian's Bar. We have Big Brian Carpenter. Executive producer? We have executive producer from Paranormal State, Alan LaGarde. The ever lovely Mrs. Lorraine Warren. The ever lovely Mr. Ryan. The entrancing, the enchanting Elfie music. Put your hands together for the master of romance. Young lady, bring in your flower. Come on, he wants a flower. This is your time to kill. We have the White Russians, Sergey. And at some point during this discussion, there's going to be a chick fight between these two girls in front row for Sergey's attention. Sergey, just keep looking straight to the back of the room. There we go. Sitting next to Sergey.
Sunglasses, man.
Yes, we have the lovely Katrina Weidman. The effervescent Heather Taddy sitting next to her. The dynamic and lovable Mr. Josh Gantz. From Paranormal State, and the documentaries Terranormal and Terranormal 2, Porky's Revenge, Chad Taylor. Thank you guys for joining.
No, I remember, we started this process when, October 2006. The show came out December 2007. And as the A&E was starting to promote the show, people had the craziest misconceptions about what the show was going to be about. It was Ghost Hunters, the college years, or it was, the real world meets ghosts and all these things, and they just had no idea what the show was going to be about. And I think that, like Al said, there was a lot of misconceptions when you bring up this whole topic of college students and the paranormal, that ended up being something so different. Honestly, when I had talked with Betsy Schechter, who was the other executive producer on the show, I made it very clear that this is how I wanted it to be. And I guess at the end of the day, they could have made the show anything they wanted it to be, but they didn't. There was that kind of that verbal trust, that verbal agreement that we're going to make this show. We want to honor what you guys do.
Things being thrown around. I had never been growled at in my life until that first episode of Good vs. Evil. And
Come on, Chad, you're married. You've been growing.
right. Well, I remember when we came down.
It's good. I think it's good that they show that personality of us, because most of the time everybody sees us so serious, and when we meet people in person, they're like, "You smile, you have a laugh," and they're very surprised about that. So,
for God's sakes, when the episode came out with me playing with ponies, so much backlash came out that what kind of investigator is Sergi when he's playing around with ponies? That was just us fooling around and having fun, just to sort of lighten up the mood. But as of now, just you can see in our work and in our passion that here we are, we're trying to reach out to different paranormal investigators and different paranormal or different scientists.
Well, I think we should abide by the spirit, but at the same time, we have to look at the families, their beliefs and how they're feeling, because they call us in, they're desperate and they need help. So we have to kind of look at it both ways. If I can answer.
Relations are between the spirit or the clients, because on one hand, yes, you want to help the clients, and on the other hand, you do want to help the spirits as well. And I think with the Underground Railroad, the spirit didn't seem to want to really go anywhere. It was kind of happy where it was, and families were like, okay, as long as we know who it is, it's fine. And so they seem to come to a mutual agreement.
As we're leaving the stage, Mr. Chad Kalick. Heather Taddy, Katrina Wyden, Sergio, Healthy Music, Ryan Buell, Alan LaGarde, Big Brian, and ladies and gentlemen, Lorraine Warren!
What's up, everybody? Chad here. Just finished up the Paranormal State presentation. Behind the scenes, Katrina Weidman here.
Hey, guys.
How'd it go? You have fun?
UNIVCON? Yeah, I'm having a blast. I love UNIVCON. We all work really, really hard during UNIVCON, and we don't sleep and we don't eat. But afterwards, we put together a really great conference, and I've just been having so many people come up to me lately during this conference saying it's so great. I've learned so much. I've met so many people who've shared my experiences. And I think that's what it's really about, getting people together and letting them know they're not alone, getting the education, getting to meet the specialists that otherwise they would never get to meet. You know?
Awesome. And when you have lectures like this, how important is it for you guys to hear back from the community what they would like to see on the show, what they wouldn't like to see, that type of stuff?
Always, always, because we have insecurities about what goes on in the show, and we're always hearing feedback. And sometimes that feedback isn't backed up with fact.
Right.
You know, so when you meet the people in person, and they're like, you know, I would really like it to be an hour, or why did you guys have that client meet a psychic when they were clearly hysterical? Then we kind of get to explain ourselves, bounce back ideas, and it helps us as investigators, I think, and it gives back a better product.
Awesome. And you have 13 more episodes
13
that was
more.
announced. Are you excited?
I am. I just hope we get some more sleep this time, because we were all very, very sleep deprived during the start of season 2. So I'm psyched though. We have some really great cases that have come through already that I'm hoping to propose to the team. Hopefully they'll go through. So yeah.
Well, all right, there you go. Katrina Weidman from UNIVCON, Chad Kalick just checking in. We will talk to you guys soon. Having a great time. Take care.